Hi guys, have you ever been asked by your parents or someone else to actually take an egg, break it, and separate the egg yolk from the egg white? That's quite a tricky thing to do. It's kind of very complex to do. It's easy to look at if someone knows how to do it, but when you go to do it, it's a little bit more complex. But if you have the right skills and strategies, it's very simple and straightforward to do. So in equations, same thing happens. We've got to separate the pronumerals and chuck them over this side, and separate the numbers and chuck them on that side. So we're doing a bit of a separation thing here. So you'll notice in this example, as we examine it, that we have missing pronumerals or x's on both sides. So here we have 4x, and on that side we have a minus 8x. That's going to be very interesting. What we want to do is take all the x's, bring them over here, take all the numbers, chuck them over there. So how do we do that? Well, first thing we want to do is decide which side we want the x's. So I'd like to have the x's on this side because it looks nicer, and all the numbers over on that side. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of the x's from over there, bring them over here. So remember, what you do to one side, you do to the other, so we can create balance. Okay, how do we get rid of up minus 8x? How do we get rid of that? Well, because it's a minus 8x, the opposite of minus is plus, isn't it? So we're going to plus 8x on both sides, on that side and on that side too. So let's plus 8x so we can get rid of it from there. So let's put a plus 8x and plus 8x on that side. There we go, we have balance, so we're plussing on both sides. Okay, what do we get? Well, minus 8x plus 8x yields 0, big donut, so that disappears, so we can simply cancel that out. Cancel, cancel. Okay, on the left-hand side here, where we want all the x's, we have 4x plus 8x. Altogether, that yields 12x, doesn't it? Let's bring down the 5, because that's still there. And bring down the minus 7 down here, yeah? Okay, our equation now is 12x plus 5 equals minus 7. Now the good news is we have all the x's to one side, don't we? We have 12x here. We don't have any x's on that side. So we've successfully separated the x's, pronumerals, from the numbers. But unfortunately, we have another number here. We want to get rid of that and chuck it over that side. So let's have a look at what we have here. We have a plus 5. So with a plus 5, the opposite is 2. You already know this. So let's do that now. Take away 5 from both sides. So we are left with a 12x. Bring that down. Now plus 5 minus 5 is 0. Cancel that out. And on the right hand side we have minus 7 minus a further minus 5. So minus 7 minus 5 gives you a minus 12. So let's write that in. So that gives us minus 12. Isn't this interesting? We have 12x equals minus 12. So how do we get rid of 12 times x? Because we want to get that x home alone. 12 times x. The opposite of times is, so we're going to divide both sides by 12. So we divide this side by 12 and divide that side by 12, yeah? So let's do that. So divide by 12 and divide by 12. Okay, 12 divided by 12 simply cancels, and we're left with a pronumeral all by itself, home alone, x equals, now negative 12 divided by positive 12 is simply a negative 1.